Hi, we're live. From the apocalypse. That's where we are
What?
now. That's what's happening. We're live. We were even prepared for this one. JD did a whole countdown, and that still happened. That's just how we're doing tonight. How are you all doing in the chat? You cannot answer me in a way I can hear, but know that I appreciate you. Anyway, hi, welcome to Live from the Apocalypse. We are a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that makes actual play content in the forms of streams and podcasts to raise money for nonprofits, aid organizations, and progressive causes. We are currently raising money for Medical Aid for Palestinians. We ask that if you like what you see here, you take the $5, $10, whatever you can spare, no expectation, and donate it directly to Medical Aid for Palestinians. You can there's a donate button right where the subscribe button would ordinarily be. And by clicking on, you can make the McElroy brothers yell at JD and interrupt whatever dramatic and important scene is going on. This channel has some donation incentives, or this game specifically upon this channel. A $15 donation will allow you to give a player of your choice plus one forward. A $20 donation will allow you to give a player of your choice minus one to their next roll. And if you donate $25, you can force me, your poor GM, to run the game in a stitch rolls for 60 seconds. In case some of you forgot that I can do that, that's still happening. You won't find a deal like that anywhere else because it is too silly. Now, with all that out of the way, let's introduce our players, beginning with Ember.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamber. I am an Emmy-winning TTRPG writer, editor, podcaster, and streamer, and also the marketing manager over at Labyrinth Games and Puzzles in Washington, D.C. Been there a month. We love it. We love it. Gonna toast to that. I am playing Imogen Warwick, who is our scholar, our only person in this lineup that doesn't have powers. And maybe her uncle was killed by Snurch. We just don't know. Actually, we do know, but it'd be like that. So, popcorn, bedlam.
There's nothing wrong with Snurch. They are clearly being framed. So I'm Bedlam. I am playing Jerome Nears, our local tainted, who is part of a coven that might worship demons and not those terrible angels and whatnot out there, who are clearly just trying to manipulate you into doing their bidding. Watch out for them. Wait, yeah, that's really good for me, actually. Yeah.
Yep. And that is now Brendan.
Hey everybody, my name is Brendan, he, him pronouns, and I am playing Sefer, they, them pronouns, the Vessel playbook, teenage Frankenstein Thembo, really going through it, V2 rocket in a trench coat, all that jazz. It's we've just learned some very interesting things. Yeah. My uncle wasn't killed by Snurch, but my uncle is trying to kill me. So
And yeah, he's got goals. He's got a 5-year plan. And last but certainly not least, JD.
Hey, I am JD, he, they pronouns, and I am playing Saint Soren Augustine, whose parents might have helped to have him be killed. It's fine. He doesn't have a list of people that he needs to murder now. He's not going to go on a murder spree. We don't need to worry about anything. He is just a saint, and he has done nothing wrong ever in his life. He usually has a fox, but unfortunately that fox is currently absent. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. There's nothing wrong.
out.
I hate getting that bit of Fox news.
It's never good
I was gonna say
hearing Fox News.
that I was just going to point out that so Soren is a saint who may or may not have a list that presumably every now and then he needs to check more than once. So, and
listen,
I mean,
I'm not saying Soren is Santa Claus, but like we've never seen them in the same place.
We have never firmly established that he is not.
JD, you literally just played Santa Claus on Saturday.
It's
Soren,
becoming a thing.
I
Yeah.
feel
Do you
confident in saying that Soren is Knife Santa. Soren is the Santa Claus that leaves knives. Like specifically in, like, weird places in your house. Like, if you've ever been like, "When did I buy a butterfly knife?" That was Saint Soren Augustine.
Yeah, and why is it in my chest? Yeah, you know,
Yeah, yeah. Why is it in me? Who left this here? That's beautiful, Amber.
It's from the Maryland Ren Fair.
Nice.
You get it in a bag of 7 knives for $25.
Oh, is that the
7 knives for
knife bag?
$25?
That's such a deal.
a
Oh,
bag
man.
That was
it's a
made
bag
for
of
me.
knives.
I need that on a shirt. I got 7 knives for $25 at the Maryland Renaissance Fair.
It's
And
not just the
all I
number; it's the
got
fact that it's a bag
was-
of them. It's a bag of knives.
It's okay. Quick sidebar. So the first time I went to the Ren Fair with Allie, you might know her from Dice Drop Evolution. She was like, Amber, this booth has a deal where you can get a bag of 7 knives for $25. And I was like, Allie, what do you need 7 knives for? And she goes, I don't know, but I'm getting it. And so I left her alone for a second. I literally turned my back, and then when I returned, she was there with her bag of 7 knives.
7
and she handed
knives,
me
yeah.
one. So
I love this. I did not know about this Sacco Knives shtick, but I'm gonna have to find this because right
Yeah.
now actually no, I have several knives available to me at the moment. But one is the Swiss Army knife my parents bought me when I was like 13, and the other is a huge fuck off hory hory. So,
Oh
you
my
know.
god.
It's a gardening knife. It's like a trowel and a thing to saw and a saw and like a rope cutter and a ruler all at the same time. It's wonderful. I love it.
I promise we play Urban Shadows.
I don't believe it. As the GM of this game, I don't believe it. Anyway, moving on. Last session, when last we left off, some shit happened. Everybody right now is in the basement of a hospital, having snuck down here very sneakily to try to find their friend, who, to the best of their knowledge, had been kidnapped. Their friend has not been taken out of the hospital grounds, but is being held underneath the hospital and guarded apparently by a literal angel named Nerylnine, angel of transportation and movement through space, locality, and the relationship between spaces. Nerylnine has so far sort of just let them been bickering about, like, what are we gonna do with this person, because some of the number have good reasons not to really trust angels. The angel is trying very hard not to accidentally unmake the world with its presence, and has provided them with a certain number of pieces of information. Specifically, that this angel is trying to protect their friend Penny from being sacrificed by a group of people known as the Orphans of the 11th Night, a group of people who have been cursed with toxic immortality after their parents committed suicide following the 10th plague, when their firstborn sons were killed and they could not go on. The Orphans of the 11th, they have discovered that these people are out there. There were also some revelations about the nature, some of their like natures, the nature of just sort of touching back on this, the nature of Sefer as a homunculus. They are made like the angels to be all power and all power with purpose, which is interesting because Sefer has the capacity, evidently, to write their own purposes, which is not a thing angels can probably do to the best of their knowledge. And also there was the revelation that public revelation that Imogen's uncle had recently, like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, been murdered by a member of Snake Church, which is Jerome's church. Or Jerome's organization. Uh we pick up as Imogen has stated, not only that their uncle was killed by a member of Snurch, but that they have a ghost who tells her secrets. I
I
have
love
also
my dead
dropped
gay people.
I've dropped you guys some information in the Discord as well that you guys can refer back to. But that is where we begin. You have an angel. The presence of the angel remains kind of not fully overpowering, but it is not ignorable. The angel's presence is a heater turned up too high. It's a flickering light bulb. It is the whine of a slightly off fan. Uh, you can sometimes tune it out, but it rapidly comes back into tune as soon as you think about it.
And then one thing real quick, just referencing the stuff in the Discord and getting caught up to where we were. The angel was trying to keep Penny safe, but why was the angel doing this again?
The angel's trying to keep Penny safe because there were people who were trying to use Penny's blood to unmake reality.
Right. Okay,
Because
cool.
Penny is the blood of an angel,
Right. Okay.
is the blood of angels, and because a piece, as the angels told you, Nerylene told you, because a part of her made all of this, then that part of her can be used to unmake all of
Mm,
this.
mhm. Right. Okay. Cool. We're up to speed.
So that is
Now,
why.
that's assuming you can believe the angel in the first place. I mean, so
Well,
which is important.
it was revealed to Soren. I don't know, or I don't recall if Soren told everyone else that uh, there was an easier way for this angel to keep the world safe.
Is it to leave? Because I
It would
think
be to
the
kill
angel should
Penny.
probably just see. I just think the angel should leave, but that might be
That's
my personal opinion. So,
that's
well, Jerome's
fine.
personal opinion.
Um, as we left off in this scene where I believe Jerome, no one was stopping Jerome from unplugging Penny's stuff. Uh,
Right, 'cause I think
but
didn't we discover that the machinery, at least the machinery was somehow, like, imbued angelically, so, like, it would still function even when it wasn't plugged in?
yes, there it was specifically her IV fluids and her feeding tube, because she cannot eat or drink
Right.
herself. Those two things were miracled so that
Yeah. They're ever flowing.
they're ever flowing, but you cannot unplug them
Mhm.
because, to the best of my knowledge, none of y'all know how to plug them back in.
I
Uh,
mean, I could probably give it a
Yeah,
shot.
you could
Like, I
probably give
mean,
it a shot.
I could give it a reasonable probably
Mhm.
give it a reasonable shot.
It can't be that hard.
I mean, I don't know. It's
You
all
did convince the elevator to let us down here.
You
I
did do that.
that's
I
pretty much the same thing.
And, I
So,
mean, what
Mhm.
is an IV if not an elevator bringing the fluids from up top downstairs?
right, it's
It's just a grain elevator,
What
only less
I
so.
really what is a digestive tract if not just, an elaborate elevator?
how complex can bioplumbing be anyway? So,
Mhm, mhm.
Huh.
so yeah, was nobody was
No one was stopping you, but I believe Jerome and Imogen, not Soren and Imogen were blocking the door.
At least
I
Soren was,
see.
yeah, Soren was definitely
Yeah.
making sure he was interposed between Penny's bed and the door.
Okay. Okay. Look, we cannot trust this angel. We can't, and we can't leave Penny here.
Right.
This is. I'm sure we can protect her.
Okay,
But like,
guys, I think there's okay. It seems like there are some pretty strong feelings against leaving Penny here, but it also feels like there's some reservations about taking Penny down to Snurch. Um, is there is there a third option here?
I don't, can you name another organization that could protect her as well? I mean, that's the big issue here is that we need some sort of protection from these orphans, right?
Stella, I have that connection with the custodian, right? That feeds me information from time to time.
Yes.
Could he be trusted to watch over Penny?
Let me look at your things here. Which custodian do you mean?
The last time he was active in play was April 2023. Hold on one
That
second.
was Sam Harrow. He wasn't a
Oh,
Yes.
Sam.
custodian. He's an addict and a member of Snurch, and you
So
would
yes,
know.
he could absolutely help
You
out
would
and protect Penny. Yeah.
actually, I want you to make a I'm gonna have you make a roll with Wild to find out if you know that.
If I know he's a member of Snurch.
If you know he's a member, you're rolling two things here. You're rolling how well you know Sam and how well you think he can be trusted.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. With a 7, you know what you know is he has access to a lot of information and very little access to material resources. He is fully homeless. Uh you don't necessarily know about his connection to Snurch. You know he shows up there, but you don't know if he's there for like a soup kitchen or if he's there because he's a member. You do know that this is probably outside of his purview.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you let me see. I will let you I will let you with that mind or that wild roll. I will say that you do know other people in that broad faction who might be able to help, who have more access to material resources. You think of Danny Miamore, the singer,
Yes.
and you might also think of Chicory, Saint Bride, the the daughter of the uh, Queen of the Fae in exile. Those are people who you know might have more sort of material and magical resources.
So as you all are bickering amongst yourselves as to what to do, what route to go down, Imogen is like, it's like that's all those scenes in Sherlock where he's in the mind palace and like all of the words are like popping up. Um and Imogen's just kind of like going through her mental Rolodex of like people she knows and like no, uh. And when they mentally land on Danny Miamore and Chicory, Imogen releases a huge sigh and opens their big eyes back up and says, "Should we call a pop star? Like, should we call? I could get us in touch with Danny Miamore if if you all think that she could be of use here."
How did we get from point A to this point?
It doesn't matter.
I I will be
I
honest,
know I
I
know her
actually
magic could
kind
help.
of don't hate the idea.
Do, do we even really know them that well, though?
Oh yeah, we hang out.
She's
Enough to
in
trust them with
Yeah,
Penny?
Justin,
had
fucking
fun.
grip
she's
grip
in
it, baby.
thank
Slop that
you
down, dude.
very much.
Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the
Yay!
big
Thank
boy.
Nat! Oh my god! Hi, Vivi!
Nat, you can donate +1 forward to the next roll of anyone you choose, and given what you've been saying, I assume you want that to go to Amber. You
I
can
do beat
shout
Amber
that
from the
out in
internet.
the chat. You guys know Danny from your Supernatural, your youth group, and so you've met her before, you've hung out with her before. Um,
There was a thing back when there was like sort of like the little time skip with the we had before, where Sefer had been like hanging out with them outside of group a bit more
mhm,
as well.
mhm.
She also used to be my best friend. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Um,
I mean, it's definitely kind of a lateral move.
yeah.
Well, I would definitely see that as an improvement over leaving Penny with this being, with this angel.
Jerome, none of
And
us
if
are arguing to leave Penny with the angel. We are just arguing over where to take her.
okay. That would it would
I
be better. I trust the Snurch. I trust the coven more so. But if this is the compromise, then that's certainly better than this. So yeah, okay.
You do all know that she is also like Jerome. She is tainted, so she does have a demon as well.
Forgot
Um,
about that.
she, you remember back to the very first session, where she said that she was basically sacrificed as a baby
Mm-hmm.
to be given over to this demon. This demon was grown up with her.
Yeah, I do remember
But
having a conversation with her about that. Yeah.
does not attend Snurch, like has never showed up at the snake pit. Like you, if anyone asked around, you would know that she like had like a private conversation with Ace in that kind of like, I'm not here to take over your spot. I'm not playing a territory game. Don't even fucking worry about it, man. Um, Also, I'm 16. What am I gonna do? So yeah, that's what you know about Danny.
I think if anything, that would solidify it for Jerome, that they seem a little bit more trustworthy, even though Jerome doesn't know them well.
Do
Soren
you
definitely doesn't look happy, but he's not going to argue with Imogen's logic because the logics.
It's
I
the
know I
only
like
thing
it
I
because
do.
it's I think it's if they're gonna people who would otherwise be looking for Penny, uh, of all the places that they would look, I feel like they wouldn't look there.
There is logic
That's a
to
good point.
this.
Oh, duh.
I apologize.
Yeah. Well, even though the angel agrees, I guess I'm still willing to go along with it, but makes me like it less.
All
Okay.
right.
Which of you had the strongest connection to now, Soren, you gave up 2 failures in order to actually connect with Nerylene.
Hmm.
And as did Imogen. Nerylene, um, Nerylene speaks to all of you and in this moment and says, "Hmm, actually, you two give me a roll. Give me a roll whatever stat you're using to connect with Narrowmean,
The angel?
the angel. Whatever stat is kind of your sort of you're thinking of as representing you're basically doing a role in how much does this angel trust you? Like, what's
Got
the
an
vibe
11.
check?
I
11?
got an 11 as well.
Fuck.
Sick. Sick. Beautiful. I will provide invisibility or semi visibility to her as you take her to where you need to go. And then only the two of you hear this next part. Only Soren and Imogen hear this next bit. You two, Imogen, Soren, I trust you both to not only have the well-being of this child at heart, but the well-being of all of humanity. I give you a boon that you may ask for. You may call me back into this world if you need me again. And both of you feel like in your pockets like a weight appear, as if someone has like put something like just in your pocket, like not like a heavy something, like something maybe the weight of like a pen or something like that, but enough to be noticeable. There's something new with you. um and can you guys hear my daughter screaming? Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just the sound of the
She
horrors.
it's the
Yeah,
sound, that's the horrors.
yeah, having a time.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
She's
wasn't getting through the noise gate for a bit, so there's that.
Yes.
Yeah, as her little lungs are getting bigger and the hollering just
Yeah.
gets louder.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. We appreciate we love the milestones that our
Yeah.
children achieve. Hollering, hooting, screeching, scratching.
We
It's great.
we love a woman who's unafraid to use her voice. Let's be real.
Exactly. To yell things like daddy, daddy,
She knows she can
dad.
control men. What are you talking
Sing
about? I
me,
see.
sing me a song. No, not
Yeah.
that song.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, yes. So something is dropped into your pockets from a not an unknown source. Um, but the angel has agreed to let you walk away.
I imagine that Soren just cuts his eyes towards Imogen and meets their gaze for a moment. Soren looks more nervous than you would expect, given that you've seen him kill multiple people at this point. And there is a heaviness as he locks eyes with Imogen and just nods solemnly.
What
Imogen
was that? What
knows.
was that?
Oh, Imogen knows that they've been on the outs with Soren recently for various reasons. But if this angel trusts you, Imogen has no other choice but to trust you, at least in this endeavor.
Okay.
Jerome doesn't like these looks at all. It's good. There's a conspiracy afoot. The angel's at the center of it. This is it's all gonna go sideways.
I think Sefer leans over to Jerome and is just like, oh, is this what having a moment looks like?
Yeah, I think so. As usual, Drum's not entirely sure how to answer Sefer. Like, yeah, yeah, I think so, Sefer. Yeah.
I would like, Brendan, you to roll with wild.
Roll with what? Sorry,
Wild.
wild. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or power. Wild is better.
They are the same. So
Okay. Oh, and those of you who've rolled factions, mark those factions, please.
Yeah.
that is a 12.
A 12. Okay. The angel also speaks to you, and you again get that feeling of this is only speaking to you. And you're also getting the vibe the angel's trying to whisper to you
Hmm.
because you've been very sensitive to this.
Hmm.
And she says, cousin, your voice is one I cannot ignore. Should you call for me, I will come. And then everything, then you feel it recede. All of you feel the angel's presence, that like static noise, that like white noise, that like slightly stuffy room. It all recedes. You can still feel its power. Those of you who are sensitive to the workings of magic can feel the power on the uh the whole bed, the whole hospital bed in which Penny's body lays, and on the miracle of the food and water. Um, so that power is still there as it promised, but the mind, that intensity has receded, and you are alone.
Oh, finally.
I assume you push the you exit the hospital.
Yeah, although I think Jerome was pushing the bed, but now doesn't really know where he's going.
Well, you still have the car because you were driven here by Red Dave.
Oh, sure. It's just more to like let Amber be able to lead us to
Yeah.
to where Amore. What's their first name again?
D'Amore.
Yeah, Danny D'Amore.
D'Amore.
Do you want to give Danny a call?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I just wanted to make sure people were resolving what they needed to resolve before we had the call.
Absolutely. You call, rings. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Danny, Danny, hey, Danny.
Hey, Imogen. Oh my God, it's been so long. I haven't heard from you. How are you doing?
Yeah. Oh my God. No, great. We're doing great and fine and fabulous.
Super good.
But your tour though, like, I
Oh
just wanted
my
to
God.
check in.
Tour was fantastic. The last tour was fantastic. The new tour is fantastic. Oh my God, do you know who they've got me going on stage with? Oh my God,
Who?
I'm going to go on stage with Aoife.
Eve,
Aoife.
Eva, like,
Like
oh my
Saint
God.
Aoife.
Saint. Oh my, sorry. I now have to mock this, Della. I'm sorry.
But please do it.
Oh my God, Saint Eva?
Saint
No way.
Aoife.
Oh my God,
Oh my
she's
God.
incredible. Like, is Saint Eva,
Ah. Like, Danny's doing a bit too with
yeah.
this. Just like, oh yeah, she's like
Just
great.
sliding.
The bit just sort of forms kind of a runaway reaction.
Yeah, to the point where you guys are now just holding that syllable with vocal fry for like a solid 30 seconds apiece. My son's discovered he can do that. It's intolerable. It's so funny.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
no, it's great. I'm thrilled that he's learning how to make his voice do silly things. Um, but yeah, so she's like, "Oh yeah, no." So like, yeah, Saint Greenlee is like coming to the States and
Mhm.
it's gonna be amazing. And I'm gonna like be able to like, go up on stage with her. It's gonna be so cool. But like, how are you doing?
Yeah, no, that's, well, I'm just, studying. I've got my internship at the archives, which, I mean, we're still keeping that going. It's turning out to be really fascinating. Um, but
Yeah,
are you
that's
in
great.
Maryland?
Yeah, right now, like I'm in Maryland. I'm staying where am I staying? Like I'm staying at like this like nice place like over in like she gives you the name of like a Tony neighborhood. Um we'll say it's the Preserves in Howard County. That's for like the 3 people from Howard County who might watch this. Yeah, so like I'm staying over at the Preserves. It's like nice. It's like fine. It's like really green. It's cool.
Ooh, what if we had like a girls' night? Like I could invite my friend Penny over and
Penny?
you could just hang out. Yeah.
Who the one from group who's like
Penny
in a coma?
Grimpley.
Yeah. Is she out of her coma? 'Cause that's, like, so totally sick. Like, yeah, I wanna hang out with her. I wanna, like, find out what it's like to be in, like, a fucking coma.
So here's the thing,
Oh
Danny.
my god.
Um, what if I told you that she totally consented to hanging out with you for sure, 100%, but she's still in the coma?
Oh, are you talking about okay, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. 2 seconds, I'm gonna call you back.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
She
yeah,
hangs
yeah.
up. She hangs up. You wait for, like, 30 seconds. You get a phone call from a number you do not recognize.
Okay. I answer.
"Hey,
Well,
so this is my"
before you answer, Soren
Yeah.
is like, Imogen,
What?
remember this was on the news. This looks bad. This looks like we might have kidnapped Penny.
Oh, shit!
So,
I would
do you answer the phone?
I don't know. I thought it went well.
Oh, no. God. This is like the time that I forgot that committing diablerie in Vampire the Masquerade was a bad thing.
Eh, who's who's
Whomst amongst us,
Whomst
who's
among
amongst
us?
us? Who hasn't done a little diablerie, you know?
Um,
what's a little nectar of the bitter rose between friends, you know?
Anyway,
hey.
yeah, you get the call. Hey, oh my god, so yeah, so this is my shady shit phone, so it sounds like you're doing shady shit. So I just wanted to call you on like the shady shit phone instead of like the not shady shit phone. Like this is a burner, so yeah.
Is she telling the truth? Can I suss this out?
Yes. Roll with let me see here. What's the move you're using here? This is figure someone out. So yeah, roll with mind.
Okay. That is a 14.
Holy shit, y'all are rolling too well this session. So yeah, you get
Oh, shit. I rolled.
on a
This
hit
is
hold too. So you get to spend your hold 1 to 1 to ask a question. The questions you have are who's pulling your character strings, what's your character's beef with blank, what's your character hoping to get from blank, how can I get your character to blank, what does your character worry might happen, How could I put your character in my debt? And if you are in their same faction, which you are not, you ask an additional question. But you guys are not in the same faction. She's wild and you are mortality, I believe.
Yes, I am. Um,
I'm going to put these
who's
in the Discord for
who's
you.
pulling Danny's strings?
There are two people. There are two entities who you know to be pulling Danny's strings. The first and most nefarious is her producer,
Mm.
her record label,
Mhm.
uh, who you've heard her complain about before. They don't appear to be specifically, uh, doesn't seem to be any supernatural dealings. But uh, you know that that is the producer. Those are people who are pulling her strings and getting her to like do stuff. The other thing is the demon. The demon that inhabits her on a 14, you know that she calls it the razor bird.
Mm.
You don't know what its name is, like not its like true name, but you've heard her call it razor bird. Um, that is Those are the two things pulling her strings. You don't get the sense that either of those things are necessarily motivating her right now. Danny is absolutely the kind of person who would carry a burner phone just for shady shit.
Okay.
Like just for like gossip and like talking to her drug dealers. Like that is 100% the type of person Danny is.
Okay. What is Danny hoping to get out of any interaction with me in this regard?
You are Danny's last real connection to normalcy.
Mm.
And so there is a piece of that that comes with like a little bit of like, you're the last piece of like true childhood. And so there's a little bit of her that kind of wishes she could just like let you go. But they also like really want you to be in their life. They miss you. So uh she's very conflicted and you feel that conflict a lot. That sort of push and pull of like, yes, I want you in my life. I don't know where you fit. Like you are always kind of getting this vibe of she doesn't know where you fit. Um
Don't we
so
all?
it's again it's complicated in a very social way, not in the like super powered way. So that's what you're getting here. You do also There is kind of this awareness though that if that you know from your time in the archives that the demon might have its own motivations that you are unaware of. That this child of angels, that might be a concern and might be something to address. But you also get this vibe that maybe that's not something to bring up over the phone. You're also not sure if the demon would be able to tell.
So, Danny, yes, your shady shit phone. I love that. I'm so glad that you started that. Like, it's so brilliant. You're so brilliant.
It's critical. Oh my god, because
Oh,
so many people when so many people, like, want your attention and want to, like, get on your good side or your bad side or this, that, and the third thing, it's so helpful to be able to have something that nobody can track.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you have Signal on that, right? Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
like Telegram? Yeah,
Of
okay.
course. Yeah.
So, JD?
We're here. We're live from the apocalypse, even though it clearly doesn't want us to be. So we say, fuck that. We're gonna play this wacky teens in bad times game. And that's what we're gonna do.
Teens in bad times.
Teens
I love
in
teens and bad time. No, no, I'm not gonna finish that.
yeah, that
Mm,
yeah.
mm,
Moving
mm.
right along. Let's
Anyway, puppies.
anyway, puppies. We like puppies. And
Puppies.
where were we? Where even were we? We were bantering with
Oh, yeah,
Danny.
Danny Shady
Danny
Phone.
Mia Moore, who was talking about the necessity, how everyone should have a shady phone.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, and it's like, so you like have like a not corpse? You have like a friend, you like Penny's in a coma, and you want me to hang out with your friend, our friend, I guess,
Yeah,
more or less. Like I
yeah,
call her friend, like friend.
yeah.
It was like fully in a coma, like, and this is not like a Make a Wish type thing. This is like you're making this sound like a much more serious
Yeah, yeah,
situation.
no, totally. Like, this is the thing. Like, I mean, since you're talking to me on your bullshit phone, I mean,
Mhm,
like,
mhm, mhm.
clearly there's some bullshit afoot. And, um, there's a lot going on. I don't know necessarily how to explain it to you. But we figured you might be the best bet for keeping her safe because I trust you, Danny.
Oh, uh, yeah. So what what do you mean by keeping her safe? Like, I know clearly there's like some stuff here that you're like not I'm gonna assume this is from like the shade like the magic shot side of the street. And that's why you're like contacting me about this.
Listen, Cassie, I need you. You really need your help.
Roll with heart.
That is a 10.
You've got it, Im. Um However, you need to bring it here. Here's my address. You can tell me more in person. And yeah, let me know. I'll see you soon.
I'll I'll um I'll let you know in ETA.
Yeah, yeah, page me.
I owe you big time.
You know what? Don't even worry about it. And she's gonna hang up the phone. And yeah. The other three of you, gentlemen and other, what would you I would like you all to make me a mm, want to make a sensory perception roll. This is something you could miss. But there isn't like a spot hidden roll in this game. Um Actually, I'm just gonna give this to all three of you because there isn't a spot hidden roll in this game. You just guys just kind of get what you get. You get what you get, and you don't get upset, as my child's teacher says to him incessantly. Uh, you hear, and you sort of realize you've been hearing some bangs and shouts and sort of muffled noises above you in the hospital. Something is happening up there. Um, you guys are in a space here that you are not entirely certain is 100% in the real world. But it is at least mostly in the real world. You're hearing sounds from the real world, but and you don't know how easy it will be for the people in the real world to enter this pocket. Now that the angel is gone, some of you may be having doubts about how long this pocket will last. So it seems like exiting is going to be wise, but you do hear these sounds. Um, Is there anything that you guys want to do, any particular way in which you would like to exit?
Good
I mean,
question.
is there any other way to exit other than that elevator that we took down? Are there tunnels out of here? Is there a different exit?
I will let you roll with mind.
I will attempt to use my mind. Hey, 5 plus 6, that is an 11. Oh, but I have a -1 to mind, but that's still a
It's still a
10.
10.
So,
It's
yeah.
above a 9. It gets you there.
Yeah.
Um, you know that uh there are two beings that you know could teleport you. A, you've been talking to the angel of locality and transportation. She could probably teleport you out of here. You discard that thought immediately. I cannot imagine Jerome would do that.
With great loathing. Yes.
Yeah. Uh Ivy might be able to do it. Ivy might be able to just move you. But you weren't able to get in touch with Ivy earlier. That
True.
you did not actually make contact earlier. Ivy might be busy. You could look for other ways out. Like most usually hospitals have there's multiple ways in and out of anything. There might be another way out of here.
So
Um,
here's what I'm going to hope is that as this pocket in reality is starting to dwindle, perhaps an actual exit from the hospital is connecting to one of these doors, and I'm going to go looking through to see if there's maybe a different way out of this area.
so yeah, as you exit with that very high mind roll, I'll say that as you exit this room, um, pushing the bed in front of you, you do see like a fire, like a fire exit map of like here's how you go.
Yeah,
That
there we
is
go.
directing you to um another essentially another way out. Um Not stairs but a ramp um
Oh, very cool.
that you could
How
push.
convenient.
Uh,
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely going to start heading kind of in that direction. I think Jerome's in a bit of a hurry at this point. Might not be communicating well with the rest of the group, but just like they might see him look at that map, but just start heading in that direction.
right. Everybody follows? Okay.
All right.
I would like everyone at this moment to roll escape a situation.
This is probably going to be roll with blood.
It's
Yeah,
a roll
I'm
of
going to
blood.
fail this roll.
Well, we'll find out.
I got
I
a
failed both.
7.
Okay.
I got a
Just
5.
All right. 2 fails,
I got an 11.
a critical success, and a
I
mixed
got a 4.
success. 4, a 5, a 7, and an 11. Beautiful. What a
There it
wonderful
is.
set. You guys move, and as you are exiting, as you are sort of moving up this like fire escape that's clearly meant to like move people who cannot use stairs. Uh you are it's hard work, but you're moving. It's for you, Sefer, it's almost as if like you are now that this like uh scrambling presence is gone, it's like, oh wow. Sort of like that how like everything seems super, super clear when you put on a new pair of glasses.
Mhm.
Like it's like, oh wow, I can see every individual leaf in that tree. You feel like, oh wow, I'm like sensing everything like super keenly at the moment because you were working so hard to
Yeah.
do anything through the haze of
Yeah.
just narrowing this
Now that I am
presence.
no longer in danger of just being fully sublimated into the greater expanse of the above, and things indeed possess shape and matter again.
Mhm, mhm. It's real cool. It's much better. You are able to move, and you see conflict, but you are able to sort of like skirt your way around it in a way that doesn't feel like a it's not going to involve you necessarily, but you can see there's people fighting. Jerome, you see the people fighting. You see that there's conflict. And you hear some people saying, "Where is she?" You actually see both of you actually see one person kind of standing outside of this fray that is sort of happening in this hospital, like security guards trying to sort of like fighting with like a couple of people, all of whom have like shaved heads like monks. They're wearing robes, and they're fighting, and you see one person just sort of standing there looking back. There's something in the face. They look nothing like Tia, but there's something in the lines of this person, to all evidence male, uh, in this man's face that reminds you of Tia. Just sort of standing there, just watching the conflict, uh, and but does not notice you. The two of you, Imogen and Soren, you are walking out. You're sort of falling behind. You are kind of aware of this and are both trying to do your best, like nothing to do with me. When directly in front of your feet, Zeke reappears. And Imogen, you fully just trip over the fox.
Oh, sorry.
And the eyes of this person, this robe wearing, shaved head individual, sort of vaguely like sort of like southeastern European features, like really difficult to like pin down an ethnicity, a person looks at you directly. Their face, as you see it, is a mass of scars. And they look directly at you both. And they look directly at Zeke.
And this is the same one that reminded me of Tia?
Tia, yes.
Interesting.
Yes. And he steps off of the nurse's station desk where he was standing and begins to walk toward you, unhurried, but just walking toward you.
I think Jerome will risk it. Might as well. It's not like we haven't been spotted. Tia?
You know my sister.
Who are you?
My name is John. What is this? What is this animal? And he crouches down. Again, you start to hear the fights getting like bad behind you. And he just sort of crouches down there, arms on like that full squat, wrists on his knees, looking at Zeke, who's looking at him. What is this creature?
Soren scoops Zeke up and says, "This is my fox."
And I don't think Jerome would have stopped moving Penny either to try and get on the other side of this. What was their name again?
John. Oh no, you were going one direction. You were going away from where he was. You moved past, but you could have kept going and left him behind. He was following you.
Got it.
So I'm assuming you kind of stopped to be like Tia.
Yeah.
And so you can keep going.
No, I will slow down. I mean, this could be this guy is creepy.
Your fox. You are not, I think, a fox. And he sort of reaches forward to touch Zeke.
Absolutely not.
Zeke bites, snaps at him, and he's just like, fascinating.
Soren is taking steps backward. I didn't give you permission to touch him.
I apologize. How rude of me.
Incredibly.
What is your name?
Guys, we gotta go. We gotta go.
I think our name is leaving.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think we're needed elsewhere.
Needed elsewhere.
So nice to meet you. Cool name. But we do have to be going.
I don't trust Della with like a little teacup in her fingers.
No, it's always very dangerous.
Della with a teacup is a threatening aura.
Tiny storm in it. He sort of looks at you and says, "Then be free." And there is a resonance. Like, I know I'm saying that in my creepy voice, but like there is a really weird and intense resonance in the way he says, "Be free."
No, don't like
that hits you all and says, "Perhaps we will meet again another time."
I sure hope not.
Sure hope that we don't, but anyway, bye.
Sister.
Meet you in hell.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, thanks for the follow.
Thank you for the follow. We are doing stuff. And he looks again now he looks at you and says, "Say hello to my sister for me."
Oh, yeah, I will.
And let her know.
Jerome starts moving a little faster up the hallway.
and he will sort of raise a hand to you, and again, you see this hand, uh, he doesn't seem to have fingernails anymore. Like, he's a mess. Like, his whole whatever happened to this guy was not great. He looks like he was caught in an explosion, maybe more than one. But he raises a fucked up hand to you and says, "Farewell," and turns to go back, and you see someone, like a security officer, like, runs up to him with, like a, uh, a whacking stick, and he just fully bodies this guy, uh, and says, "You will take me to the girl now." And y'all leave.
Okay,
Heck yeah.
bye.
I especially with hearing that speeding up. Absolutely. Whoa.
Let's go.
If any of you want, Imogen, I will let you make a mind roll in this to see if you recognize the name Erujan. This is going to be a high difficulty, though.
Oh, 11.
11.
I looked at my dice and I was like 5 and 4. How do you add 5 and 4? What comes from that?
Those aren't
Those
numbers.
aren't real.
Yeah, I like fully stared at my dice like, huh? Smooth
It
brain.
smooth brain. We all understand it. Yeah, this name is not specifically known to you. You have seen like scraps in the archives mentioning this name before, but they are old. They are old, old, old. Like we're talking like Norman Conquest old.
Oh.
We're talking like we're talking like 1100, 1200
Yeah, yep, yeah,
AD
yeah, yeah,
old.
yep.
Um but yeah, whatever it is that this guy is up to doesn't seem to have anything to do with you guys at the moment. Uh and Zeke's back. You guys are able to make it to Red Chris's car. Or was it Red Chris or Red Dave? I don't
Oh,
remember.
good question.
I feel like Red Dave.
I feel like
Feel like
Red Dave. That
Red Dave
sounds
sounds
Yeah.
right.
right.
Red Dave.
Red Dave sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you guys get back to Red Dave's car, and um, yes, yeah. You guys get back to Red Dave's car, and Red Dave is like, "Holy shit! You got it. Okay, all right. Where are we taking? Where are we taking this? Are we going back to we going back to Snurch? Are we going back to what are we doing? What are we doing? I haven't heard anything from them. The last thing I heard was not great coming out of Snurch. I want to get back there ASAP. Well, where are we going?
Um,
Well, first we're loading her up like
Yeah,
as quickly as possible,
he's saying
and
this while helping you
yeah,
guys like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
load
and we
this
have
thing
the
so back there.
cover. We have the cover of the angel, right? Like,
You suspect that is the only reason why Erujan did not notice what you were doing.
okay.
You
Yeah,
suspect
I mean, I feel like since he was like, "Take me to the girl," while we had a girl conspicuously on a gurney, just yeah, yeah.
I I mean,
it's a
yeah.
hospital. There's multiple girls there.
Yes, I am sure. I am sure he's talking about a very different girl. Yes,
Norman
extremely
Definitely
other,
not the
Conquest.
one who was just,
extremely
kidnapped.
other,
Yeah.
different girl. Yes, I'm sure that's what's
Norman,
happening.
like, I mean, is Penny not the Lady of the Lake? Like, are we not just pulling girls out of places?
Just pulling the girl out of the sword. Wait,
No, no,
that
that's
would make
Utana.
us. That's Utana.
Mhm.
Uh, Sorry, I'm thinking of a new Thirsty Sword Lesbians character.
Hell yeah.
New game just
but
dropped.
new game just dropped.
Wait, really? You thirsty
No,
sword
no, we're
lesbians? Oh, I
No,
was
no,
like,
we're riffing.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, he's like, you guys are loading her up. You guys load her up, and you guys go. Are you guys going to straight to Danny's?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay. Um, as you're in the car, Red Dave looks at you, Jerome, and is like, I've not, I don't know. I feel like you kids made the right call. I don't know if
Wait,
things are going so well
uh,
back at back at the pit.
wait, what do you mean? What's happening at the pit?
I don't know. I was in contact with them for a little while, radio contact, and then they said like, "Oh shit, they're here." And then I heard them. I heard just some crazy shit over the wire, and then it dropped. So I
Like
don't
what?
know.
What kind of Dave? What kind of crazy shit?
Apparently somebody got Tia, like, first off, like, she just fully passed out, like, before they got in, so, like, I don't know, we were fighting the Sons of Adam, but apparently they're using magic now, which is fucked up. Isn't their whole
Did did,
thing, like, you're
did you
not
hear
supposed to
anything
do that?
about somebody called Erujan?
No. No.
Oh, okay. Uh, just
I
wondering.
no, I didn't hear anything like that. I didn't hear it. I mean, I didn't hear any names, I just heard people yelling. I heard people yelling names, but
Somebody got Tia.
somebody got Tia, it sounds like.
Mm.
Uh, but again, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like they got Tia, but we still drove them back. I don't know. I don't know. So, but I just want to let you know, like,
Well, we gotta
I'm gonna
get Penny
drop
to
you.
safety first, but
Absolutely. I'm gonna drop
I
you
gotta
kids
go
off, and
back.
I'm gonna go back there. I think what I'm telling you is maybe you should. Oh, I'm telling you is maybe wait for this to blow over because I know you're like in the like inner circle, inner sanctum shit,
I mean, my
man.
my parents are there. I mean, my family's there.
Yeah, I know, but like don't I'm just I don't know, man. I don't got kids. I don't know. I'm not like I don't like
all
I
right,
ain't even
Dave.
got
Just get
nephews.
us get
Just
us get us get us there as
he's this
quickly
is
as possible.
he's driving like while this conversation is happening. He's just like, I'm just saying if you get somewhere safe, man.
I think Jerome's going to try and reach out to Ivy again. Now that he's not in this angel-ridden pocket universe.
Mhm. Sick.
Uh,
Roll with debts owed to your patron.
yes, right. Um, or no, Ivy owes me, right?
I
Wait, hold on a
don't
second.
believe so. You owe debts to your patron usually.
I have two debts that Ivy owes me for completed jobs.
Oh, that's
So I
true.
think it's a little both is going on here.
A little both, yep.
But where's that roll? That's
So if you owe Ivy, if Ivy owes you two debts, roll +2.
oh, interesting. Okay, I'm just trying to find that. Where am I finding that roll?
It's just under demonic jobs is
There it is.
is one of
Oh,
the
okay.
things. So it's
There it is. Okay.
this is just it's not like a move. This is just getting in touch with your patron involves
Got
this.
it. Okay. I was looking to see if I had a modifier. That's why I was trying to
Yeah.
find it. All right. Space of 7. You said +2, so that'd be 9.
Okay. All right. A 9. What are you trying to get in touch with Ivy to do? Like, what
I
is
know what's happening at Snurch. Get an idea, something better than. So basically, reaching out like Ivy. Ivy, what is happening? What is happening at the Snake Church? Are my parents okay?
the response you get feels it comes to you in kind of flashes. And the vibe you're getting here is that Ivy is answering you in the best way that it can. Uh, uh, and you're sort of getting these flashes of you sort of see um you see your parents who are currently sitting in the back of is sitting on the back of an ambulance. The ambulance is open. They are both being bandaged. They are both wearing handcuffs. You see there are police around. Your parents are okay. They're upright. Your father is bandaged, sort of all has bandages sort of covering one side of his face and his eye. Your mother, her arm is clearly broken. You see
Mm.
the church, what was the snake pit, the roof is gone. The building is burnt. You see the fire department is there. You see other members of the church sort of scattered around. You do see a handful of bodies on the ground. You do not see Tia. Um, and but yeah, you see the members of the church that are upright and able to speak are currently being questioned by police.
Okay. All right.
You
So the
do not.
major conflict is past. Okay. All right. So like by a hair, Jerome relaxes just slightly. Like they're not in like immediate danger. But
Yes,
he
you.
lets everybody else in the car know though. It's I don't know, something just attacked the snake pit while we were at the hospital. It is like the roof is completely gone. People are hurt. There's fallout right now. I need to get back as soon as we get Penny to safety. I need to get back. I need to get back over there.
And Soren just looks almost pityingly at Jerome and says, Jerome, we knew war was coming.
I know, but I just wish I could be more places at once. We got to get Penny to safety though.
You guys get to a um a this is like the Tony side of town. It's still it's the suburbs, but it's like the part of suburbs where everybody has at least a half acre of property attached. It's the part of the suburbs where people have like those big ass ringed driveways, maybe around like a fountain, like some kind of like center thing. So it's the part of the suburbs where people want to pretend that they're like on like an estate, but you can still like you don't even have to throw a rock hard to hit the next house. Um
You're making this description, and I'm having like just like a visceral reaction.
I am describing a place that I grew up quite close to.
Mm.
Uh and so you pull up to a McMansion in this part of the world, and just go on ahead and assume it has its own page on McMansionHell.com. Um, Windows that do not match multiple types of siding. It's bad. It's tacky. But when your car pulls up, Danny is standing in the door. Danny has sort of very short, like kind of like gamine, like tomboyish blonde hair, and is like otherwise like very uh just generally pop star looking, like very she has a very sculpted physique, a very like uh uh when you look at her, you know a marketing department was behind every piece of what she does. But she does look genuinely, like, happy to see you, Imogen, and sort of, like, welcomes you all inside, like, "Come on in, come on in. Like, this is crazy. Bring her inside. I guess let's go to" oh my god, is this like a whole gurney? Maybe,
Yeah.
like, bring it, like, can we go over the grass? Can we, like, bring her like, you managed to get her down around like, down into, like, the basement part of the house, past the pool, past all of that. This is actually a place reminds you it's kind of similar to the house that you had the terrible party at.
I was just
Mm.
literally just thinking that.
Yeah. There's a similarity in layout. This place, because of the neighborhood it's in, this place is probably $200,000 more expensive,
Yep.
but is a similar kind of design.
I think another part of Jerome's mind, while everything else is happening, is calculating how much of a profit he could make here, with his normal side business, you know.
This place does not do the vibe you're getting here, I'm gonna give this to you, is not, you're not gonna make a whole lot of money off of recreational drugs, you're gonna make a killing in Adderall. Like, this
Oh
place
yeah,
is
yeah.
study drug central. Everybody here is looking for a chemical leg up on everyone else.
And where there's Adderall,
Me
there's
too.
always Valium. So it's the
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm. So, yeah, um that's the vibe you're getting here. And yeah, she invites you and is like, "So, what what's going on?" Like, she was like, I, like, looked at the news, she was, like, fully did you kidnap her?
No, 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 no. Oh my god. No, no.
No, that was
I
an angel.
uh, she, like, stops, like, looks at you, it's like, "She what? Do you care to clarify?"
Okay.
Soren, do you think you could succinctly describe what we've been going through recently?
Everything or just the past 12 hours?
I think the past 12 hours, just to get Danny up to speed just a little bit.
Yes, so Danny, Sefer's not wrong. An angel did kidnap Penny. An actual angel, like biblically accurate. In a vision, I may or may not have tried to tackle it from the top of the playground. It's fine. We started.
You fine?
I'm
It's
fine.
fine, but are you fine?
I'm fine.
Okay, good, glad.
Do I not look fine?
Soren, you haven't looked fine a day since I've met you. Like, I mean, you're, like, fine, but, like, no, you don't look you always look sad.
Okay, rude. But anyways,
I thought it
Do
was
I
an
look upset to you?
aesthetic choice.
it's not a phase. God, Danny.
Look, it works for you, I'm just saying.
Right. So I don't look any sadder than usual, right?
Okay, yeah, no, fair. Fair, fair, fair.
Okay. So
Okay,
I'm
well,
fine.
I mean, like, okay, yeah, alright. Alright, 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 I'm shutting my mouth, I'm receptive.
So an angel had Penny to keep her safe from people who want to use her blood to destroy the world.
The world.
The world. Like everything. All of us.
At least that's what the angel was claiming. Yeah.
And I believe them. I don't see why they would lie. Because they could have handled this a lot more quickly by just killing Penny. And instead, they gave us the opportunity to keep her safe.
What was its name? Sorry. 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 You don't have to answer. Yes, you do. You don't have to answer. You don't have to answer that question. They don't have to answer that fucking question. Don't be rude in front of my friends. You're making me look weird. Sorry.
Did
Uh,
when Jerome previously talked with Danny, did they ever say who their patron was?
you would. Danny calls it the Razorbird. And you know that it is a different type of experience than you have. Like Ivy exists and you exist. Ivy does not. Ivy has acted through you, but that was really weird. The Razorbird appears to exist only inside Danny. You
Wow.
uh yeah. Sorry about yeah, you don't actually have to answer that question at all. If you don't want to.
Soren looks to Imogen for that. And the look in his eyes is pretty clearly telegraphing, do we trust her with this?
Cassie, if we tell you everything,
Uh-huh.
and I'm talking to Cassie, not Danny,
Get you.
you cannot tell anybody.
Don't. Then I'm telling you as Cassie, not as Danny. Don't tell me. I can't shut it off. It doesn't stop listening through my ears. It doesn't stop talking like it I
So
don't.
we won't tell you.
Don't. Yeah.
We'll just we'll just leave our goods here and know that they're in excellent hands.
I think if
Knowing
we're
which
gonna
angel it is would be excellent in terms of allowing me to keep her safe, if that's what you desire. If you want me to keep her safe, if you want my assistance as well. And I assume that you're involving little Cassandra because you want me as well. Tell me the name of the angel that I may know the pleasure of who I am besting. Oh my god, you are so embarrassing. Oh my god,
I
you are
know,
so
right?
embarrassing.
Like managers and like demons and shit. Like there's so like parents too. Like so
She's so fucking embarrassing.
demons just don't understand.
I mean,
what?
is there any reason why we shouldn't just tell the name?
Because names have power, Sefer.
Well, but I mean, uh, this is who we want to protect Penny, right? This is the power we chose to protect Penny, and I think it makes sense.
She's your
What?
faction. I mean, she's your faction, Jerome.
She told us
Does
not to
Jerome? Does
tell her. She
Jerome?
told us not to tell her, Jerome.
I don't think it's a great idea because you don't know what this psycho bitch. Don't call me that. Yeah, and actually, as you see when that don't call me that comes out, you see Danny like rock back. And when she gets up, there is like one of her eyes is like edge to edge black. And she's like wipes some just black, like, ichor out of, the corner of her eye. And it's like,
Oh,
yeah. So
I'm I'm having some serious doubts about this. I like I understand the whole patron relationship, but like if you're at odds with your patron, like this is not stable.
we're not at odds. We're
You
not
don't
at odds.
trust
It's
your patron to have the information that about the thing you're protecting. Like I don't
she's
are you
a
sure we should be here? And
she's a
he addresses Imogen when he says that. Are you sure we should be here?
she's a demon. Like, she's gonna do demon shit with that information. Like, you don't know. Like,
I mean, I do know. I usually that I mean the demon cause is better than the angel cause. It's like absolutely like everything that I've been exposed to is that it's a very like concerned and helpful community. I don't know what this is.
Listen,
Cassie.
I don't know how long we're gonna have this protection of moving Penny from place to place.
Look, we can keep her here. I don't know what kind of relationship. I know your relationship with Ivy is different because Ivy's really different. The demons are different. They all have like their own shit going on. Razorbird is a lot. And and I appreciate her most of the time. But our relationship is a little bit different than yours and Ivy's. And but yeah, we'll keep her safe. We'll keep her safe. I mean, especially if it's an angel. I mean, it just wants it just wants to ferret out whatever information you have. Like, it just loves that shit. And I don't know what it's gonna do with it. I don't know what it's gonna do with it.
Seemed fine to me.
But look, is it just the angel we're keeping it safe from? We're keeping her safe from?
Right.
Just let's say
Yeah.
anyone who isn't us. We are keeping her safe from anyone who is not the four of us.
Sick.
I,
Okay.
yeah, I think that's we need to make sure that the Razorbird isn't working with the orphans. We need to know that. We have to know that.
The what?
Do you know who the orphans are?
I don't.
Yeah.
This is information, Jerome.
Do you
I think we have to share some. And these there's
you
no like
Oh,
it can't be
she would
bad to
love
share information about our they're trying to destroy the world, right? I mean, like there can't be a downside to sharing information about something that's trying to destroy everything.
I will
Can't
tell
do.
you. I will tell you. I have no desire to see this world destroyed. I like this world. It's interesting. It's full of meat and interesting things to do with that meat. I mean, you could also talk to like her directly. I can bow out of this and you can just talk to her directly, but I warn you, it's that. That's what she's like.
So absolutely creepy, but yeah, I'd like to roll to try and figure out if like do I trust what they just said? Can I figure them out?
Roll you can roll actually what you can roll figure someone out, but all of you if you want can go ahead and roll investigate a place of power here with Wild.
Yes,
Um
actually, yeah. Okay.
I rolled a 1.
we knew it was going to happen eventually. You guys rolled so high before. I think Imogen, you have been talking to Cassie for a long time. And I think because you were that last vestige of normalcy, you had never seen this. You
Yeah.
have never spoken to Razorbird. You've, like, known about all of this sort of in the same way that, like, you might know about an old acquaintance's, like, brother has cancer and that's real sad. Like, it's like a private tragedy that she's got going on. This
Yeah.
is fucked up and weird.
Yeah.
And it's
Imogen is speechless, just
yeah,
like
yeah. I think you're just out of it from that. How are the rest of y'all?
12.
And
I got another 11.
Y'all.
I love when the dice tell a story.
The dice are telling a story tonight. You guys, okay, I want you each to tell me what piece of information are you specifically looking for? Like what are you looking at in this place and within this scene? And that will tell me the shape of what information I give you.
I think for Soren, he's looking for what would constitute the protections needed to keep Penny safe. So that is what he is interested in. What forces are at play here that would be enough to defend against the orphans were they to approach?
From all of the information you have, the orphans of the 11th night are human. This is a demon. And it's a demon that's really wrapped up inside a human, which is in some ways better for your purposes because a lot of demons don't really know how humans think. Like even Ace, the way Ace is a very good mimicry of a person, but Ace isn't even always like a good at being good at that. Uh this demon so wrapped up inside a person might actually be better at hiding things from people, from humans, than others. You suspect it will actually be less useful in hiding things from angels or other demons because the vibe you're also getting here is that this might not be a particularly powerful demon, all things considered. Like just in terms of like raw oomph. Um, but other than that, uh yeah, that's kind of vibe you're getting. You know that the power to protect her exists. Um, but it might be more focused on other things. Giving the angel's name would absolutely not have given this thing more power, necessarily more power to protect it from the angel. But it might, but specifically from that angel. All of this information you guys are all understanding, but I'm going to give you guys each these pieces of information that you are gleaning very specifically. Uh, Bedlam and Brendan, what are you looking
yeah,
at?
yeah. I guess as far as like trying to interpret how to investigate a place of power, because what I'm trying to figure out is like the motivations of this particular demon and how they might be aligned or not aligned with Ivy's like sub faction within the wild. So
So
the yeah,
this
like like what's their real motivation here on this plane?
this particular demon seems to be a little more like Ace than Ivy. It seems to looking around the room, thinking about what this demon is having Danny do, it's really interested in having and spreading influence. Ivy is very picky from what you've seen. Like, there's a couple hundred people worldwide of the billions of people worldwide, there's a couple hundred of people out there who are even allowed to know of Ivy's existence.
Okay. Okay.
This person is casting a very wide net of not so much not that everyone knows the Razorbird's name, but is clearly trying to gain influence over large groups of people. And none of that is necessarily against any plan that Ivy has, but in terms of like anything to do with the orphans, like you get the vibe that it's telling the truth. Nothing that has spent so much time trying to gain influence over people is probably all that interested in suddenly doing away with people.
Especially if they're tied up in one.
Exactly. Exactly. Brendan, what is Sefer interested in finding out here?
So my question was going to be JD's question. I think maybe as sort of a follow up to that, just in terms of scoping the place out. Um, how secure does it look from just a regular security standpoint? I'm assuming that, if an international pop star is staying here, probably got like it's probably not just a McMansion.
No.
Yeah.
So in terms of like actual physical security, you haven't seen any other people in the house.
Mhm.
Um, but you have seen evidence of security systems. And you suspect that she does. I mean, you know she has bodyguards,
Yeah.
but you also know that she doesn't really need bodyguards because she's got the razor bird.
Yeah.
No one's really going to step to Danny because of that. Or if they attempt to do so, things will not work out well for them. You've never heard of that happening, possibly because she has bodyguards. Um,
And possibly also just because she has really good PR people.
and really good PR people. Um, but you are able to no, like security systems like that would alert police, not security systems like lawn turrets. That would be amazing, alas. Uh, I mean like a ring system, but maybe a little bit nicer. Um,
Is there like a panic room at least?
Yes, you guys are actually she leads you guys that's where she ends up leading you is to a panic room that is actually through the door of her recording studio, so it is very much soundproofed, and the door itself is actually really just hard to see. Um, yeah, it's a little panic room. It's not big. Her bed takes up fully half of it. And I imagine you guys are all kind of sitting or like standing around in there, like with the door half open.
Yeah.
This is not like a bunker. This is a panic room
Yeah.
designed to like ride out like a home invasion that might last an hour or two. This is not a place to ride out an apocalypse. But it's got its own HVAC,
You,
it's got its own
yeah.
HVAC, it's got its own all that.
It's better. It's better than nothing.
Mhm, mhm. It's better than nothing. So this is not the most secure facility you've ever seen. Um, if somebody really wanted to, they could get in here, but it would be harder to do than a lot of other places.
Well, I'm putting my chips on the just the physical security, the presence of the demon, and the just sort of lateral move nature of putting her with Danny at all. None of those are individually necessarily like like ultra secure moves, but the sum of them together might is uh, might it might hopefully be enough there.
Okay.
Is my slash Zephyr's thinking.
Alright. Uh, Alrighty. Okay. So if you want, I can have you just like talk to it, but like I I'm going to tell you this. You it has its own shit that it wants to do. It, like, it has its own agenda, but, like, I still drive this, right? Like, I'm still in control of this, and I want this to happen, so it's gonna happen. Like, I want to protect Penny for you guys. How long do you think I'm gonna need to do that for? And, like, you say these people wanna, like, end the world? Like, how long do you think this is gonna be?
I feel like we have information on that, but I can't remember who knows what and whether or not we actually know it. But there was a timeline, right? There was a
Right.
timeline on when there was a vision about the world ending.
There was a vision about Ace being kidnapped that you had a timeline for. Ace being kidnapped and banished. That was the thing you had a timeline for. That was tomorrow.
Right. Oh, right. Okay.
Um, but the you didn't have a timeline for the end. Narrowline had been prepared to hunker down for like a year. That was the to was like, I can be here at, like, minimal power just doing this without damaging reality for, like, a year. So that was what Narrowline had said. She says, "If I've gotta keep talking to people like this, that's gonna come down really rapidly to, like, a couple of months." That was the information you had gotten in terms of timeline from Narrowline, but that wasn't like "The world is ending in 3 weeks." It was "This is how long I can do what I'm doing."
So I think I don't know. I think Jerome might respond with or will respond with, well, just so long for as long as we need to until we can figure out the next step. We don't know. We're not sure, but we're gonna figure out a next step.
Okay. So you want me, let me just get this really clear because like you gotta have like your contract, right? You gotta have your like your contract in place, right? I'm going to keep her safe and hidden from everybody except the 6 of us. Okay, I'm gonna keep her safe from the Razorbird too. Like, yeah, sorry, you're included in that. But I'm going to keep her hidden from everybody else other than the 6 of us.
Yeah, as much as possible.
Okay. I'm going like on tour, right? So like I'm not going to be like in this house all the time.
When? When?
Like 2 weeks from now, but we I've got a way around that. So let's just are any of y'all like squeamish? I hope you're not like squeamish. Okay.
I
Uh
just won't look.
she, like, holds her arm out and just, like, takes her thumbnail and just draws it down the center of her arm in a way that, like again, you cannot cut yourself like that, but some seam opens in her, and you see these black threads just extend from this space in her arm. Have you ever seen, like, what happens when soot gets caught in spider webs? It looks kind of like that. And it just starts to spread and extend from her. Her eyes go black again, and you see that ichor start to drip down. And you see like little feathers start to appear just along the edge of her jawline, little feathers, and hidden among each feather, you see a glinting silver razor blade. And those threads extend and they surround the whole room in like this rustling, viscous web. Uh, and she breaks away from it and it like snaps, like it hardened. Um, and she holds out to all of you again. There's no differentiation between white and pupil in her eyes anymore. and she holds out to you. There are 4 little threads, little black threads. These will let you pass. Nobody else. These will let you pass.
I think Jerome takes that pretty well in stride, having been a tainted himself, and takes one of them like, okay, great.
As soon as you touch it, it burrows into your flesh.
Oh, that's not so good.
Yeah.
Sefer's just fascinated.
Yep. It does the same to you. It doesn't hurt. It does feel concerning. It's not great, but it doesn't like hurt.
Imogen waits until Soren does it.
Soren watches what happened to Jerome and then just kind of shrugs and reaches for one himself and says, I don't think there's much more strangeness that can happen in my body at this point.
I also don't, if this were more than just what it is, and if it were trying to actually find a new host, I think Ivy would have a problem with that. And I'm not feeling any kind of reaction. So maybe it is just what it is.
You don't feel any particular reaction. It doesn't feel uh you when it goes to you, uh Zeke has his hackles all the way up when this is going
Oh,
on.
if
Like,
if
again,
Zeke has his hackles up, Soren does not reach for it as
yeah,
readily.
yeah. Zeke is just looking at this like,
Zeke,
mm, not
Zeke,
growling, just hackles up.
okay, what's up? Zeke, what's up?
It doesn't speak. Zeke, like, eyes, like, look around the room and just sort of crouches down.
Soren doesn't take it.
Okay. M?
Imogen hesitates and feels like bile rising up on the back of her throat as she kind of sees the way Zeke has responded to it and how greedily the ichor like moved through the bodies of Jerome and Sefer, but she wants to prove to Cassie that she's somebody to be safe around. Imogen closes her eyes, looks the other way so that there's like plausible deniability, and then just reaches her hand out.
Okay. And she tips the thread into your hand, and yeah, you feel it. It's gross. It's gross. But again, it's not painful, and you don't feel anything. You don't feel different other than disgusted, like mildly
Right.
disgusted. Um, but Cassie sort of like looks at you and are you too good for my gifts? Saint Soren Augustine? Are you too pure, too righteous for this?
And Soren flat out laughs at that. There is absolutely nothing pure about me, and if you could see anything, you would know that.
What truths he's seen. Magnificent. And the cast you the shakes herself and her eyes start to come back. She's like, okay, yeah, right. That's enough of that. Okay, I am so sorry. Like, there's not really a way to like do that without like doing that. But yeah, like I said, she's like really embarrassing. Um, so
It's
sorry.
fine. I apologize for any rudeness on my part in not accepting the gift.
Oh no, you didn't want one of my nasty worms. My nasty arm worms. No, I get it. I get it. I'm sorry that it's like that. It's just that's just what it's like. Um yeah, so yeah, I've got her. Do you guys want to like I don't know if this might seem like weird, but do you guys want to like just you guys want to like hang? Like put on a movie? Like
Soren looks so eager at the thought of that.
Yeah, we could turn on Shrek.
hell yeah.
I I don't know if I can stay here. Uh
She will start as soon as you say that, and she's like, "Yeah, amazing." And is like, "Okay." She's like she will close the door and you see the threads like sort of leak out from the top and the around the sides of the door and then kind of like seal into the wall and meld into the wall, and where the door was there is now does not appear to be a door. So the panic room is now fully sealed both magically and physically. And she's like, "Hell yeah, okay, let's like go." And she's like, "I'll make like popcorn or something," like and like shows you like starts like walking to where there's like an in-house one of those like, in-house theaters, like those like theater rooms. Um, but yes.
my, my parents are like broken and bleeding.
Oh my
I can't
god.
stay here and watch a movie and eat popcorn. I if Penny is safe, if Penny is safe here, I I need to get back to the snake pit. I have to go.
Oh yeah, you've gotta watch after your people. I get it. I get it. Go, man. Like, we'll take a rain check.
Okay. Yeah, and Jerome shrugs and like starts heading out toward where Red Dave is.
Yeah, Cassie, I think Jerome's right. I think we need to go. This is gonna sound so corny. I think we need to go fulfill our destiny.
Yo, that does sound corny. I just need you to
Yeah.
know. It does,
Yeah.
but also, like, I get it. I get it. My demon mom just asked Soren if he was too pure. So sometimes shit's corny.
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes.
It too.
So hey,
Okay.
if we like do like fill our destinies and also like the world doesn't end, honestly, like popcorn and Shrek sounds great.
Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. If the world doesn't end and once, like, Jerome's parents are, like, not broken and bleeding or whatever, yeah, come back, like, call me anytime, like, you've got, like, my real number and, you know, you've got my sneaky phone number. It will change. So just call the regular phone, and I'll call you back on the sneaky phone if I got to. So she gets sneaky phones. Don't put my number in your sneaky phones. Memorize it. But then she like walks you. She will like walk you out and then sort of say goodbye to all of you. Every bioaccoutrement in my house is crying. My children, now my dog. Don't know if that's getting noise gated. Her crying in the background. Um, but yeah, she lets you guys go. Um, uh,
Soren does ask Imogen as they're like walking out, and it's just like, "Hey, Imogen, what is Shrek and popcorn movie night like?"
It's actually really nice. You just put on your comfiest, rattiest pajamas and you do face masks and talk about cute people and kind of forget that the world is happening outside the house. It's like your own little private refuge of far, far away for a tight 90 minutes.
I think I'd like to get to experience that someday.
Yeah, it's a luxury everyone should get. At least once.
If the world doesn't end.
as you guys drive, are there any other conversations you want to have with one another? As you guys drive back to where are you having Red Dave take you? Snake Pit? Home?
Well, that's where Jerome is very intent on going. I that's definitely where Jerome wants to go.
Okay. You guys pull up. There is a police cordon that you surrounding the church. Uh and you see it surrounded by, again, there's police, they're sort of blocking everyone's access. You see other people being like, "No, no, I had family there." They're like, "Be calm, be calm. We're taking everyone to the hospital. Like we're trying to they're trying to." You see people you know who are like frantic, and everyone's sort of trying to be like, "This is a disaster. We're being very like something bad happened here." You don't see your parents, but everybody go on ahead and make an investigate a place of power uh roll. Faction power.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, that's a 6.
6, okay. But you're
That's a
all marking the faction no matter what. 4, okay.
that was a cool 9 for me.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Brandon.
Would you believe I got another 11?
What the fuck, my guy?
Brendan!
I don't know what's happening.
Damn! Incredible.
Like it's that like it's not a 12, then a 10, 11.
Yeah.
11. My dice really like 11 tonight. Like results that ultimately with stat add up to 11.
Mhm. So JD, you got a 9, Brenda, you got 11. I think this makes sense because I think Jerome is just like, you're looking for your parents. You are looking for your parents. You're looking for any information about your parents that you can get.
Pretty
You're not
panicky. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, you are able to get information about your parents. They've been taken to a hospital to get checked out. Um, they're basically in an ER, and they're just like, "Do you have any?" people are asking you, do you have any family to go home with? Who can watch this wayward child? And Red Dave is like, I guess me. But like that's kind of what you're getting. That's kind of what you gotta get roped into. Imogen, I think there's a part of you that is looking at this scene after kind of all of like the very personal horror that happened at Cassie's house. I think you're kind of looking at this, and there's a very like scholar part of you that is kind of just like you're falling back on that kind of like weirdly clinical, like how would I describe this in a report? How would I describe this if it were written? Like you're like watching everything from that like one part removed of like when I'm writing the history of my life, how am I going to describe this scene? So there's just this little piece of like you're not like it's not like fully dissociated, but you can see that from where you're standing emotionally.
Mhm.
Um you're just not you're not in it. JD, everybody who's here now most of the people here are here trying to help. You do see that there are amongst the police, you do see a couple of mages who are essentially casting like containment spells in the area that you see are um you would know are sort of related to like preservation of evidence, but like specifically preservation of like thaumaturgic or spiritual evidence. So like making sure that they're like reading who's casting what spells. It's forensics, like picking up bullet casings, except who's casting the spell. So you see that that's happening here. So you're getting, magic has been done here. These people are acting as if the vibe you're getting from what the police are doing and how people are responding to this is they're treating it like it was a magical gang war, which is not what happened. Brendan, you see that, or rather Sefer sees that, and Sefer feels a really, really powerful working happened here. One really powerful spell went off, and you suspect that some of the people who were killed were like knocked out first. Like injuries were sustained. Like you can't really see any bodies, but you're like feeling this echo, this magical echo that is super, super powerful, but distinctly human derived. You've now been around a demon and an angel today. This does not feel like either of those. This feels human derived. And as you are all kind of looking at this, not you, Jerome, you've kind of gotten embroiled in your own thing. Um, you hear a voice say, "Oh, how lovely it is to meet you again and see you in this place that is on fire." And you turn around, and it's Arajon. And that's where we're gonna end the session.
Never
I
trust an angel.
hate this guy.
Honestly, great line to end it on, though.
Hey, Della, I'm
Yeah?
gonna say the same thing to you that I said to Will last night. Hey, Della, you're a monster.
Listen, I'm just saying, I'm helping you guys out. We're solving problems, but the dice are telling the story for us, y'all.
Yeah, fuck that.
The-
Actually,
the dice are telling stories, and mostly the dice told a really nice story for you guys tonight. Like you guys nothing really got truly fucked up till the end there. But yeah.
That is true. That is true. I things could have gone very poorly for us in the hallway in the basement. I feel like that was okay. That was creepy, but that was okay.
Yes. Had one more of you failed that roll, or had one of you not gotten a full success, it could have gotten wacky with old Eru John, who's, there he is. There's the guy.
Can't wait to see what wacky antics Erojan ends up with next time. Oh man.
He likes stuff. He's interested in things. He's not a real doctor, but he is a real worm. He is an actual worm. Anyway, moving on from that, thank you all very much for being here tonight. We will now do our outros. Amber, tell us where we can find you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamber. You can find me. Actually, I'm mostly shitposting on Blue Sky, so if you enjoy shitposting, find me there. But if you want to see if you're located in the DC metro area and you're interested in enjoying a really wonderful and prolific gaming community of nerds, come join us over at Labyrinth Games and Puzzles. We are located in Eastern Market on Capitol Hill, and yeah, I'm running our marketing there now, and we're going to be doing some amazing stuff in 2025, including running all RPGs at AwesomeCon. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
We
Hell
got
yeah.
25,000 square feet of space. So there'll be a game for you.
Sick. Incredible. You'd love to hear it. Bedlam, who are you?
Wow.
Where can we find you?
Very cool. Hey, well, you can find me here. I'm Bedlam, and I'm in a couple of games here at LFTA. This one, The Kingdom Come, and also Never Ember's Enigma, which is oh my gosh, what is the schedule for that? It's just every other Thursday. Is that the second one? Okay, that's the easier one to remember. My calendar tells me where to be. I don't try to figure out how my calendar knows where I'm supposed to be. So anyway, yeah, I'm not on social media, but you can find me here. So as various social medias ebb and flow and collapse, I will be right here. So
Incredible. And Brendan.
Hi everyone, I've been Brendan. When I'm not here, I am mostly still here, for the most part. I am in Academy H, our Masks Actual Play podcast. Every other Sunday. I am the GM for Cryptid Community College, our Monster of the Week Actual Play podcast. We're in between seasons for that right now, but we are dropping fully edited episodes of season 2 pretty much as soon as we figure out a replacement for a cast, as that is self-destructing. And I will be GMing probably a new short shot game here on Live from the Apocalypse starting up in the very near future. That I'm not going to announce the details of just yet, but it's going to be coming up pretty soon, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. And then I will also be playing in and also running some games for our upcoming 12 Days of Hasmus one-shot series.
Incredible. And Della has given over complete control to me, which is great timing. I will not misuse this power. I promise. I will just do my outro. So hi, I am JD. You can find me on the internet at JD Not Jason Dean pretty much everywhere. And you can find me in a variety of projects here and on other channels. I am here with Brendan for Academy H every other Sunday. I am here with Bedlam and Della every other Thursday for Never Ember's Enigma. I run a season of Secrets and Shadows whenever that comes back, which Amber and so many other beautiful people are in. And I also run Redacted, which is our psychological horror game where everyone is a haunted house or a haunted duplex on an island full of ghosts. We've been on a hiatus for that, but we are going to be coming back for that in the midst of the 12 Games of Hasmus. Will it be particularly holiday themed? I don't know. We'll find out. You can also find me over on Entropy Emporium, where I run and will be running tomorrow. They Call Us Villains, which is a horror masks game where they are currently in a supernatural changing channels-esque situation / WandaVision-esque situation, currently getting to play around in the medical drama side of things, a la Grey's Anatomy, ER, fun things like that. And I am also in Blooming in the Rot over on Entropy, where I play another character who has done nothing wrong and is just a little guy filled with demons, and it's so fine. I'm going to be in a couple of projects as we head into the holidays, including here with the 12 Games of Hasmus, and also with High Shelf Collective, where I filmed a little something that Amber was also a part of just over this weekend. And Della is back, so I can now hand this over to her.
Yes, hello, I am Della. I am back. I have played everyone else. And this game runs every second and fourth Monday of the month. Its next session will be on December 9th. And then we will be breaking for Christmas, and then we'll be back on the 13th and 27th of January. But yes, that's where you can find me. You can also find me in Never Ember's Enigma, where I play B, who's a completely normal sort, gnomish wizard who's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm going to go to jail. It's fine. And also, I play Rachel, who is a haunted duplex. And at this point, which is very fun in Redacted, which will be coming back at some point. I think JD may have said something about that.
Yep, it'll be coming back the same week we next play Thy Kingdom Come, and that will actually be the week that kicks off Hasmus.
Incredible. So looking forward to Hasmus. Hope everybody out there on the intertweebs has a happy Thanksgiving. Unless you're a Nazi, in which case, fuck you. Have an excellent day, except the aforementioned Nazis. Goodbye.
I can't do a better outro than that. We'll find someone to raid, so hang around, and we are heading out.